Actually, I'm excited. I'm excited. Why am I excited? Zirachi paperback is out. This is my latest book. It's called Zirachi. Zirachi. That's the latest Christian novel I just wrote. So, what is Zirachi all about? What's the story behind Zirachi? So, one of these days, I was on YouTube and I was watching Nne'm, one of his music. I think, okay, Jehovah Nissi. Jehovah Nissi, you're my banner. You surround me with many victories, something like that. And the intro showed a lady that was being harassed by the boss at the place of work. And as I just watched it, the story just came. It was just so powerfully, of writing a story about your young struggling lady. And that's how Zirachi came to pass. So I'm sure you're wondering, oh, so what's with the fascinator? Well, you need to read Zirachi to understand why I'm wearing a fascinator. There's something about fascinators in the book. So that brought about the story of Zirachi. But beyond the struggles, it's also a story of love. Yes, I write Christian romance, clean, neat, godly Christian love stories. And then people will be like, oh, Christian love story. Yes, God is love. And whatever the enemy is portraying love to be right now, they took it from God. Now they have distorted it. So Christian love story is actually from God. And Zirachi, you see how the love story plays out between Mitchell and Afam. Zirachi ends up with one of them. Beautiful story about the Igbo culture. I've lived with a family of Igbo, and we are still family. And one of the things I learned about the Igbo culture, they have this tendency to praise, to hype people, Omalicha, Adanna, Lolo, whine, that kind of thing. So you're going to see a lot of that in this book. Also, what is there? Oh, our beautiful African aunties, that are always on your matter, but within them you have the softest heart that you can ever imagine. So we have Auntie Rachel, we have Auntie Ngozi. I so much love Auntie Ngo. Nieces gave her Auntie Ngo. You will love Auntie Ngo's story. How can I forget Ogadima? Ogadima is the youngest sister, is Zirachi's younger sister, but she's the warrior, the female warrior in the family. And when I write my books, I always write with a theme. So the theme in Zirachi is actually about the female child. Yes, it's still in some culture or in some families. Let me use that word, sorry. In some families, the female child are not yet well accepted. So if a woman gave birth to all girls, you find some families will say no, or even the man say I want a male child and everything. And so that's what the theme, the major theme. And then we also see Zirachi struggle with pride and how God helped her through. So it's a beautiful faith-based novel that you will enjoy reading. You will laugh, like some of the reviews I've gotten. Some say they laughed, they cried. Some people said they even felt like becoming a character even in the book. And I'm sure you will be blessed by this book. The book Zirachi also has Mama, who is Zirachi's mother, and we see how she's able to, through the help of God, guide her, even though she had her own struggles. So Zirachi is a book you want to read. You will really love reading, and you will really, really, really enjoy. I would just like to read somewhere in Zirachi. I'm going to read page 140. That's chapter 14, page 140. I'm just going to read something for us there, just a little from Zirachi. And it's like, I'm starting from the 11th paragraph. It says, Auntie Ngozi decided to stay the night with them. She shared the room with Zirachi. As Zirachi entered the room after using the bathroom, her hands patted the space beside her on the bed. Zirachi sighed inwardly, knowing she was in for a lecture. Zirachi, Omalicha, Adanna, Adaego, Auntie Ngozi started. Auntie, is it Guinea? Zirachi asked, asking her aunt in the Igbo language what all the encomiums were for. Marriage, Zirachi. Biko, marry now. See how you are doing everything all alone. Your mother told me the hospital debt you had to pay. Thank God for the young man God used. But if you have a husband now, he will help you with such things. Here, Auntie Biko, leave this married thing. My plan in life is not to be a professional wife. So what is your plan? God knows, Zirachi replied tersely. And do you think God's plan for you doesn't include marriage? Not all men are like your father. You should see how Obiora treats his wife like an egg, her aunt said, referring to her son, Obiora. Auntie, there is work tomorrow. We will talk more when I get back, Zirachi said as she quickly lay on the bed and turned her back to her aunt. Dalu, well done. I will wait for you to come back before leaving. But don't worry, I will inform our pastor in church. He will be praying for you. It's just your mother that doesn't like to go to prayer mountains. I know several prayer mountains where prayers are answered like fire, she exclaimed in such a way that made Zirachi almost jump out of her skin out of fear. Auntie Biko, let me sleep. I said we will continue tomorrow. Sorry, my darling, she said, rubbing her hand on Zirachi's shoulder. Your mother even said there's one of Gozi's friends that has been coming to see you. Why don't you give him a chance? Antingo, will he not be the one to tell me he likes me? Should I tell him first? Zirachi asked, with her back turned to her aunt. To Fiakwa, her aunt exclaimed, meaning God forbid such. Is a man that will ask for a woman's hand in marriage. But wait, what could be the problem? She asked thoughtfully. Yes, she replied, snapping her fingers. She turned Zirachi around with such a speed and strength, no one will believe that a woman her age possesses. Every veil used to cover you from being attractive to men, be lifted in Jesus' name. Be lifted. She started praying, using her hands to rub Zirachi's face as if she was tearing off the unseen veil. Auntie, you will give me breakouts on my face, Zirachi exclaimed as she tried to escape her hands on her face. Neste, breakouts are better than being an old maid, her aunt said unrepentantly. Zirachi managed to jump out of the bed. She quickly picked a pillow and moved to the door. Good night, Auntie. I will sleep on the sofa in the sitting room. She sighed in relief as the door closed behind her. She could hear her aunt's loud protest. So that's just a part from Zirachi. I really enjoyed writing the story, and I'm sure you will enjoy reading it. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to hearing your reviews. Thank you. Bye.